guys, it's Madison with Higher Vibrations News, and today I'll be interviewing Amir Yassai from Los Angeles, California. Amir caught my eye with his bubbly personality, his positivity, and he hosts an event called the Queer Positivity Panel. If you know me, you know that queer and positivity is something that tugs at my heart, so I immediately reached out to Amir. He was really nice, he was really happy to talk with me, so I'm going to give Amir a call and we're going to get to know a little bit more about his Queer Positivity Panel. Check it out. So, hey Amir, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Madison? I love your hair. It's so
Thank
pretty.
you. You're so cute.
Welcome.
Um,
Oh, thank
you're welcome. So I kind of already gave them a little rundown about you, but give us some background about you and just kind of tell what led up to your queer positivity panel.
So basically, I grew up Muslim and Persian, and I kind of didn't know I was gay for a long time because I was very religious. So there was a big block there. And so once I came out to myself, like it kind of sent me down like really dark path of like depression, and I was suicidal, and I was really struggling because I felt like just so abnormal
Right.
and just outside of like my own skin. I just felt like I didn't fit into my own skin. And my parents are like quite religious, so they would always make comments about gay people, or and like I lived in Laguna Beach, and there's a lot of gay couples, and they would make kind of like derogatory comments, and that kind of pushed me deeper in.
Right.
And so, but once I came out and I was a lot happier, and I moved to LA, and I kind of became like a whole person. I then started dating. So I got on Grinder and I was dating, and people would send such nasty messages, like racist comments. Someone sent me a long paragraph when I had just started my Instagram about how I talk like a girl and that I'm disgusting and I should kill myself. And I thought for a second, I was like, if I'm getting these messages, so is everyone else. So then I
Right.
started reaching out to people online, and I realized, wow, I'm not the only one. And so that's how the queer positivity started. Actually, my first one was queer positivity in the Grinder age. So I really wanted to lean into the whole Grinder thing. And actually, one of the VPs of Grinder came to my first panel, and like I didn't even know he was there. And
Wow.
so I've actually partnered with them, and they're doing this whole like kinder Grinder campaign. So I've actually partnered with them to like bring more attention to like the nasty comments.
Okay.
So it's been a really good like result of all of that. So.
Okay, that's awesome. So like tell me what a queer positivity panel event consists of. Like what is it like?
So basically, I reach out. Like, I started my Instagram in July, and I had gotten off social media for like 5 years, and I just jumped back on because I felt pushed to talk about the issues that I was going through personally.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? Like, I'm gonna just jump back on this and use it for positive reinforcement. And initially, my Instagram started out as coming out with love, so it was all about positivity and energy and like loving yourself. But then I realized I was really angry about a lot of stuff, like the racism and the nasty comments, and I was like, I'm angry, and I think it's important for a lot of people out there to realize that if you're angry or sad, you should own that feeling, and no,
Right.
you don't always have to be happy. Like you can be angry and make change. So my
Sure.
anger kind of pushed forward a whole level of like love that came from other people that realized that like how angry I was and how angry they were. And so then those people I reached out to, and you wouldn't believe, like people started responding to me with like 200,000 followers, a million followers. Like people that I looked up to were like, "We'll do it."
Right.
And my first panel, it was like sold out. It was like 70 people, and I literally thought nobody was gonna come because I felt like it was my fifth grade birthday and nobody would show up.
Right.
And it was amazing. I was there. I mean, I was wearing lipstick in the public. I was just like being myself, and everyone loved it. And it was the first time in my life where I felt like I had a real family that I had found myself. And a lot of those panelists I'm still friends with and still connect with, and then I've done two more since, and people just keep saying yes, and I just keep doing them. So it's kind of bizarre. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's weird.
Okay. I think it's important with all the division in the world and stuff. Like, it's
Yeah.
important that like we at least stick together and set a positive example for the rest of the world. So I think it's really awesome
Right.
what you're doing.
Oh, thank you. I think it's so important to like, and I think a lot of people are like, well, it's too overwhelming. Like I can't do it. And I'm like, well, I just like did it, and I even lost my sponsor for the last one, and I just paid for it myself. I was like that drawn to do it. So you don't always, and people are like, well, what are your credentials? Like, what makes you qualified to be, a panelist, like a moderator? I'm like nothing. Like my
Right.
experiences. It's just I like to connect with people, and I always joke because I work as a publicist, and I always joke that I can talk to a wall, And I
Yeah.
really can. And what's better than a group of people that have gone through what I've gone through? And, like people come up to me after and they're like, oh my God, that was amazing. I'm like, it was more amazing for me because there's a
Right.
lot of stuff that I go through that helps me. Like without this panel, I would have never posted a photo shirtless on Instagram ever.
I
But
feel
with
you.
these panelists, I was like, what do I have to lose?
Yeah.
Like, like these people are out there and they're getting such nasty messages and people are like online trolls calling them ugly, fat, disgusting, and they're still doing amazing things. I'm like, I can do it. And I don't know, it's just been so like surprisingly life changing.
Right. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, is there anyone in particular who has showed you love or taught you love, maybe?
I mean, my sister is like such an amazing like. I always say like certain people have like unconditional love, and a lot of people in my life have been very conditional love, and it's very like, oh, if you do this right or you do say that right, then like everything's perfect. But with her, it was always like just support from the beginning, and that love, like she taught me how to love people even when they hate you. So initially, I would like address all the angry people, and I would tag them, and I would really try to bring down homophobic people. But now I'm just like, I'm going to be loving and excited and happy about my life. And if you hate me, I'm just going to block you. I'm not going to address it. So it's been such a shift because I think when you first start Instagram, you want to address everyone and be so like, ugh. But I don't feel the need to anymore. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to let it lie.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think it's possible for love and positivity to overtake the negativity in the world?
I mean, I hope the answer is yes. I mean, there are days where I'm like, I don't know because
Right.
people
I
are
know
just
it.
so awful, and I'm like, oh, come on.
Right.
Like why are you out? Like on Halloween, like during the WeHo parade, there was a bunch of protesters saying you're gonna die and you're going to hell, and I'm like, do you really need to be doing that right now? Like when people are just trying to live their lives and have fun on Halloween, like you don't have to bring up the whole anti-gay moment right now. Like some of that
Right.
stuff, I'm like, do you really need to be doing that? Or when I get like nasty messages like, oh, you're disgusting, or you talk like a girl, what do you gain from doing that? That's what I don't understand. Like, if I
Right.
don't like someone or I don't like someone, I just don't say anything to them.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I have nasty opinions too. Like, I'm human too. Like, I'm like, oh, that person's like annoying. But I just don't say that. Like, I don't think that you
Okay.
need to promulgate the negativity by doing that.
Right. I mean, it's like there's some people who don't understand that it feels better to not be hateful, like when they're putting out that energy, they're more mad than other people are. You know what I mean?
100%. 100%. Like, a good example is, I mean, it's a very slight example, but like, I was in the Starbucks line today, and this lady kept honking at me if I didn't go up right up to the next car, and I'm like, we're gonna move along. Like everyone's gonna get their coffee, and everyone did. But like she was like making dirty looks in the mirror, but it was affecting her. Like it didn't affect me. I was having a great day. I was like,
Right.
and whenever anyone's like hateful or angry or aggressive, I always say it says more about them. If someone's
Right.
protesting gay rights, they're dealing with their own issues with sexuality.
True.
They're so, and when people are like, oh, you're so loud and why are you wearing a kimono and why are you wearing lipstick? It's more because they can't do that. Because
Yeah.
there's a time where I used to be angry at people when they were like living their best lives, as I always like to say, or they were being authentic. Because I'm like, I want to be like that, and I was like jealous, but didn't know how to process it. And I think
Okay.
for a lot of hateful people, it's just jealousy. I'm like, see ya.
That's
Like,
right.
yeah, that's
Um,
too much.
yeah, you're right. Well, I think it's awesome what you're doing. I love watching your stories. You're just so positive and you just make me smile. So I know you make everybody else smile. So,
Oh, you're sweet. You're so sweet. I try. I mean, again, like I'm human, right? So I have days where I'm like, ugh. But like
yeah.
on those days, I really try to turn the camera on me and be very authentic about having depression or being nervous or not feeling comfortable in your own skin. I think a lot of people think you reach to a level, and I'm not famous by any stretch, but you reach a certain number with followers, and people are like, oh, you must have a perfect life. Like you go to events and you live a perfect life, but I'm also human, and so are celebrities, and so are influencers, and I think you have to remember that when people send those nasty messages, there's someone else on the other line, and they're gonna get those nasty messages and that trolling. They're human beings, and they
Yeah.
bleed and they cry, and they have tendencies to want to kill themselves. So when you send a message, go kill yourself. Remember, it has a repercussion. I think that people just
Right.
don't know that. They're like, oh, whatever, I'm just gonna send that message. They're disgusting. It's like just pause next time. This is, I guess, to hateful people. Just pause and don't send it.
Right.
Don't send it. You know, it's not that hard. It's just a click. Just don't do it.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? It's like, and why can't people be more like you that are like trying to find positivity, that are trying to, and I always tell people, the more you look for positivity, the more it comes to you.
That's
You know
right.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I get free stuff. Like, I'll go to Starbucks and they're like, don't worry, don't pay. And everyone's like, what? I'm like, it's because I'm nice. And I don't do that to get free stuff, but those are good repercussions. If you're an asshole, no one's ever going to do anything for you.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
The energy you put out comes back to you. So
100%.
yeah.
10 times over. So, yeah. And I'm proud of what you're doing. It's amazing. So good for
Thank
you.
you so much, and thank you for
Welcome.
being someone to like actively make a change for something that you've
Oh,
experienced for everyone else too. You're
thank
awesome.
you. All right. You're so sweet, Madison. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you so much for chatting with me today.
Of course. It was so fun. Thank you.
All right, I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, bye. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.